Hello and thank you for joining me on my colouring quest. So today's the day I'm going to be colouring this page, which was chosen all by you out of the 3 choices of PDF that I put in a poll. And this is the Alice in Wonderland page, and it is from Mystic Art Mirror's Fairytale Princess colouring book. So I hope you can see that. As you can see on the back of my PDFs, I do always put like who it's by, because at the time that I buy it, I'm like, yeah, I'll never forget that, or where it comes from, I'll never forget that. But I always do. Like, if I ended up colouring this page a year or 2 or 3 after I purchased it, then I'm going to need to look through my memory to really find out who it was by. I mean, this art style is kind of obvious to me because of like obvious things like her eyes and the line art and stuff, but it always helps me to have it on the back. And as you can see, I put like when I start it, when I finished it, who it's coloured by. It's going to be me, but I do admit I've printed stuff off before and then changed my mind on wanting to colour in it, so I ended up giving it to my niece. But yeah, that was years ago as well. I haven't been colouring for that many years, but yeah. So, stop rambling now. I do apologise if you hear any hiccups, because I was going to start this video like 15 minutes ago, and then I got the hiccups as I was setting up, and then I think they've gone. I'm hoping they've gone. But sometimes I find that when I get hiccups, they tend to just reappear out of nowhere. So hopefully they're gone. Right, back to the colouring page. So I had no idea how I was going to colour this page. I just wanted to colour it because, yeah, I don't know. I just looked at it and wanted to colour it. And then you guys picked this one from the 3 that I wanted to colour. So here we are. But since this is Alice in Wonderland, when I think of Alice in Wonderland, I think of like your imagination is set free, whatever, you know, because, well, it's been a while since I've seen any Alice in Wonderland films or anything, but I always remember them as being a bit strange, if I'm being honest, but like in a good way. Like, the characters were all quirky, and yeah, they all had their faults, and it was sort of like an imagination. So yeah, I'm just going to set free with this, and I'm finally going to try that method where it was originally done with tea, where you pour the tea on, you splatter it about, and then sort of colour in the splats. I'm going to do that, but I have my Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolours here, and yeah, I have the big set, they can only just fit in, and I have picked a few colours. I have picked, let me just get my smaller swatch chart. It is a bit messy because I don't know what I did there. I think water must have got on it at some point, but I've chosen the Imperial Violet, the Ultramarine Pale, and the Cobalt Blue, and I have set them in these little pots that I have. So I've just put a bit in each pot, and I'm going to just pour it onto my page basically. And yeah, this is a PDF, so this is why I want to test it and see how if it goes through the paper, if there's like drops on it or anything like that really. I just want to test how it does. Oh, and this is printed on the Nina cardstock, or the Nina paper, so I don't know how it's going to take it, because obviously it's not classed as watercolour paper, but yes, I want to test it out. And I have some, because I have my mat here, I don't really want to get the watercolour on my mat, so I have got some kitchen roll that is previously used and I am reusing it. Look at that sparkle. That was from when I did the stickles on the Page in the Spooklet sketchbook. I had to think then. I think I need another bit just to be safe. Right. And then I can, because I won't leave that here once I've done, but if the immediate surrounding area is covered, I might be safe, or I will have less to clean up. I'm also worried a bit about my hands because, yeah, I've got to sort of splat. I mean, I have pots of water right at the side of me that one of them is big enough that I can just dip my hands in. But yeah, it's gonna be messy, but hopefully fun. That is the main part of this. And if you don't have the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolour, you could do it with any watercolour, or watered down acrylic paint would probably work. That might hide some of the lines more though, I'm not sure. Depends how much you watered it down. Or again, you could just go to the normal tea idea. I just thought this was quite a colourful idea that I thought I would try it. And I'm rambling because I'm scared, but I shouldn't be scared because this is a PDF. If it goes completely awfully wrong, I can reprint it, can't I? And let's face it, if it went a disaster, you would not be seeing this video, although I might actually still show the video because not everything turns out anyway. Oh my gosh, here I go. I'm going to start with the darkest colour. This may be a bad decision, but I think I'll drop most of it up there and maybe a bit here and there. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Do I go from a further distance or? And then you sort of just tap it. Oh my gosh, that's fun. Okay, that's more fun than I was expecting. Next colour, let me just wipe my hand off. And it might pool a bit, that is, but once I've got all the colours down, I might give it a little dab so I don't ruin my paper, because you can see there it's sunk in more. Right, the blue. And then dab, 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 dab. Just dab in that puddle a bit more. Yeah, that is fun. I do recommend, but I'm going to have to wipe off around this kitchen paper. I am just telling you that now because I can see little speckles of it. Luckily none of it is on my wall. And now for my lightest colour, which probably won't show up as much, but I'm going to aim for the edge a bit here. Dab, dab, dab. It was just to sort of incorporate another colour that wasn't quite as messy as I thought. Right, I'm just going to pause while I wipe off around my table area, and obviously this is going to have to dry. I'm not going to dab anything off of this because I did splat it more and the puddle has gone, but I do need to wait for this to be fully dried. So I will be back. Okay, this is still drying. It's only been like 2 minutes since I paused, but I'm already cleaned up. Because I cleaned it up whilst it was still wet and it's only watercolour, it just simply absorbed into my kitchen roll that I have. So yeah, as long as you have, see, my green mat that's on top of my table is like wipe clean, so it was easy. So as long as you have something wipeable underneath your picture when doing this, you shouldn't have a problem with cleaning up. Just don't let it dry, maybe. That's probably the only thing I can say. Don't let it dry. And it is a good thing I have put the kitchen roll underneath. I might switch that out with a new kitchen roll, just because I don't want it sticking to it, but I also don't want it going like onto my mat and sticking. So just a moment. Yeah, these kitchen rolls, I basically, if I ever use kitchen roll and it doesn't actually get dirty, like, because sometimes I'll have some dinner and I'll just have a bit of kitchen roll in case I spill anything or anything. I don't know why, it's just something I automatically do. But if I don't use it, then it comes up here and I will use it again. And these will still get used as I'm colouring. So I'll just rest this here so it can dry. It is going to need probably some flattening out as well, because like I said, I just pulled that water right on here. So we will also get to see how pencils will go on top of this. But like I said, I have to let this fully dry. I may have to let it dry overnight. But yeah, that was fun. That actually was really fun. So I think what I'll do is I will probably colour the blue bits in with blue and the purple bits in with purple. And then whatever's not splattered, I will either leave it as just the liner, or I will do that black and white if it's an element. But yeah, I like the splatters at the side. Maybe next time I try this, I don't add as much water to the paint. But I thought I needed to add more water because of splatting it. But this is an experiment. I've never done this before, so we'll soon find out, I guess. I'll be back once it's dry. Okay, just a note for the rest of this video going forward. Obviously, my backing has changed because I have changed locations for the rest of the month. I am now looking after my brother's cats, so I am here with them. So if you hear any cat noises, it's obvious. So yeah, I have decided on this page to use the Black Widow pencils, and I am going to stick to colouring the blue bits blue and the purple bits purple. So I have picked out 3 blues here. Pleasant Blue from the Dragon set, Zephyr Blue, if that's pronounced right, from the Black Widow set, and the Blue Heaven from the Scorpion set. And then for the purples, I have Space from the Cobra set, I have Purple Haze from the Cobra set, and Grey Slate from the Monarch set. But I also have, which I don't know if I'm going to use yet, Bruise from the Dragon set, which is more of a pinky purple, but I thought if I needed a bit of something different. And then, as always, I have my black and white polychromo pencils and my white Posca pen, because you know I'll be using that, it's me. And as soon as I start this video, one of the cats decides it's playtime. So I think because there are less blue parts, I might start with the blue first. But I've got to be careful to remember where the blue bits are, like in her hair, because parts of her hair have no paint on at all. So yeah, I've got to try and remember that I am following the paint and not the actual illustration. But yes, I'm going to start with the blue parts. Now this is where normally I would start off with a base of my lightest colour, but I already have a base of blue paint, so that takes that step out of it. So I'm just going to go trying to think now, because do I start with my darkest colour, or I think I'll go from the Blue Heaven, sort of a middle-ish blue that I've got, and sort of map things out a bit, because obviously I still need to differentiate between this is her skin, this is her hair, this is her clothes, but they're all coloured with the same blues, so I need to sort of put in the darker areas maybe first, or maybe I think I might do her skin first, because then I can tell how dark or light everything else needs to be. That sounds like a plan. So I have the Blue Heaven pencil, and I'm just going to put in where my shadows, where I want my shadows. So I'm going to put the shadows on this side of her face, I think. It seems easier to me when it's at this layout. Can you hear him? He gets chatty once in a while. Maybe it's because I'm talking, he thinks I'm talking to him. But yeah, no, they're good cats. Yeah. Got to remember that's a purple bit there, so I'm going to need the purples in that area, which I might have to do now, because else I'm going to forget and inevitably go over it with a blue. But yes, it's like this part of her arm is blue and this part is purple. This, see, I'm thinking of just, I don't know what to do about the splatter bits, because they're hard to colour, because yeah, I might just deepen some of them up, make them more noticeable, and then leave others. So this bit is purple there with a slight bit of blue here. See, I'm still not fully familiar with colouring this style of image. Is that her ear there? Or is that her ear? Is that hair or ear? I am so confused. I think it's hair. I'm going with hair. And then her legs, again, they have both blue and purple. So it's very difficult. We'll get there. Well, I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. That bit's purple. I will have to get the purples out. She's gonna look so funky when she's coloured though. And then this is blue. That's got a bit of purple and blue in that, because some of the colours have mixed together, so I'll add a bit of both, probably. Right, I'm gonna get that the grey slate, and I'm gonna do the purpley bits a minute, so I don't forget. This may be a good place to use that bruise colour, add in a bit of blush in this. What do you think? There is some in her eye as well, so I'll do that. But it is going to look very weird. Oh, this purple is very similar to the watercolour. It was watercolour that I used, wasn't it? Yeah. So it has been like a week since doing this, because yeah, it just has. Time flies. Bit in where that shadow would be. I am going to add a bit of that bruise in her cheek. That sounds so weird, using bruise on her cheek. And maybe on the palms of her hand, because normally this is where I would add a bit of pink, you know, if I was colouring her normally. I didn't shade that bit, did I? No, I didn't. Thanks for reminding me. Always helpful. Right, now I'm going to go back to my blues. And I'm going to add my shadows in. My deeper shadows with the space colour. Oh, space was purple, wasn't it? It was the Zephyr blue. Where's that gone? Oh, over here. Forgive me for using a purple. It won't be noticeable in the end. I think it might be because it's getting nearer to the cat's dinner time. That they are starting to be like, where's my food? It's not dinner time yet though. Gotta be strict on these things. Hopefully this is going to look okay once it's done. I do like this blue though. This one's one of my favourite blues in the set, along with the Pleasant Blue, which I will be using as my lighter blue. Because Alice isn't, she's quite pale, isn't she? Although I can't really say that I'm colouring her as Alice, can I? This is gonna look weird either way, but yeah. Oh, her lips as well. This is gonna be so difficult. I mean, I've coloured a picture with all blues before, but yeah. It doesn't get easier because each image that you colour is different. So you've got your map work, and then you have to execute it, don't you? I already added it there. Add a bit on her legs. You're asking for attention, aren't you? Not you, sorry. I just got to stop. When he wants attention, sometimes he starts clawing at something. I don't want that to be me. No, they're good. I've never been scratched by them. I'll add a bit more above there as well because I think her clothes would cast a shadow. Did I add any? Right, the darker purple, but I don't want to go space on her purple skin parts because that is a bit dark. I think I'll save that for different areas. It would be quite shadowed. See, that bit looks weird, but that's where the paint landed, so that's where it goes. Right, now I'm going to do my lighter blue, which is the Pleasant Blue, and just sort of blend what I already have, and then whatever's left I will get my white out. I never thought I'd be colouring her like this when I first got the book, you know? That's the great thing, it's all about timing. Like if I'd started this another day, probably would have completely different, probably would have coloured it completely different. I need to remember some words in the sentence. I'm just going to sort of blend those two together so it at least looks like it belongs. She does look funny though. But you got to remember down here I used that lighter blue. That's why this area just looks paler anyway. That's okay. Right, now my white, because I think that purple is okay as it is. I don't think I need to add a different one. I will add a bit of black though. It does actually help it blend into the parts that have no colour in as well. So that's nice. A little bonus. I do think in a way this kind of suits this page though, because there's a little bit of madness in it, isn't there? I did press record, didn't I? Oh, please say I did. Oh, thank goodness for that. That would have been a bit awful. Because you can't take it back if you already started it. Right, black. Oh, I did just nudge that then. Hopefully that's all right. Oh, I am allowing myself black and white, obviously. I'm not sure if any paint landed in the eyes or if it's just that light blue colour. I might add a bit of blue in there. Not at this very second. Bit of black in the nostrils, a bit on the lip area because that sort of got washed out a little bit. A little bit up here. I can always add some black detailing later on. But yeah, like that didn't take long at all, did it, to do the skin? I mean, there wasn't much of it. I think what's going to take the most amount of time is each individual object in the background. But at least I know what colours I'll be using, right? I'm going to take a break here. Okay, it's a new day, and I feel like this is about to get more complicated because the hair, it literally has sections which are white, blue and purple, but all quite randomly, and I have no idea if this is going to turn out. But I decided I'm going to start with this back bit of hair that's behind her because it's all purple. And yeah, this is the darkest part of the hair, but I'm also thinking, well, Alice in Wonderland, she has blonde hair, right? So her hair's not dark, but that's the darkest part. So yeah, so I've got to try and be dark but light at the same time. Makes sense, right? And I've just realised I still have my fan on, and that would be very annoying, so sorry about that. And I'm hoping for no thunderstorms because they predicted thunderstorms today. I heard one earlier a bit, but they've said it should be stopping now, so I'm hopeful that nothing else pops up to ruin the sound in that way. Right, so purple. I do still have my colours here, but I'm just got to re-familiarise myself with what the colours looked like because I've slept since then, you know. This isn't like the colours I use very often, so just forgive me. I should have done this before I came back, but you know, too late for that. Right. And then this one. Yeah. So purple, the space is the darkest tone. So I'm going to put a bit of that in, but not too much. I don't want to make it too dark. Plus, I'm not sure if I want to Posca the hairlines. But then I'm like, yeah, I only have my white Posca with me, so I'd have to then shade over with the purples, which wouldn't be a bad idea. But I will see what the hair looks like before I've done that. Because some places I might think, no, it looks okay as it is. Yeah, this is turning out to be a longer colouring page than I originally anticipated. It has taken me forever to actually want to come back and colour it. Like, to start with it was fun, and now it's scary. Like the fun splashy bit, and then it's over. But no, I do want to try this again with maybe just like a portrait without all the little elements, because I keep seeing these elements and thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to colour all them. But yeah. So here's hoping. Right, so now I've got the purple haze. I like this purple. It's pretty. That sounded like I said It's pretty. I forgot my teas. Talking about tea though, I just bought a bubble tea cup and a straw so I can make it at home. I've only ever had it once and I liked it that much that I decided to buy a cup, because places here are selling more sort of things in supermarkets and stuff, so I thought give it a go. At the end of the day, if I don't find myself using it, I can just put a normal drink in it. It's just a larger straw in a large cup, so it's not like it won't get used if I stop wanting bubble tea. But yeah, it is a really good size cup, which I don't know why, but have you found you get to a certain age and then you're like, that's a nice cup, that's a nice plate. Like, and you find yourself having a favourite knife and fork, which is weird, I know. But yeah, we have a mixture of knives and forks in our drawer. Like, you buy a set and then you end up buying another set, but there's still a couple of the old set left type of situation. And yeah, I have a favourite knife and fork. And funnily enough, they're the ones that weigh more, as in they're heavier, and I seem to prefer that. I don't know, I find them more comfortable to use. And why am I talking about knives and forks? I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's that for now. So over to, see, now this is where it's going to look weird because this part's purple, but then this part's blue with only little, it's got like splodges of purple in it, which is going to be really difficult to colour. I might come down here and do this bit. What is that? That looks, oh, never mind, it's just some sort of crumb, which makes no sense because I haven't ever eaten anything over this page. But anyway, so I am going to get that space colour back out because again this part is behind her. Oh, she's got a bit in here, a bit of hair. I am just going to colour that purple. It had a very teeny tiny bit of blue on, but just for my mental sake, you know, I cheated. Shh. So what's everybody been up to? I thought I would have seen more people with like space timber videos, but maybe I've missed them. But yeah, because there was a lot of talk about space timber, wasn't there? I haven't actually done any myself because I had already sort of picked out what I wanted to be colouring, and unless I give it a space background then none of the pictures are really suitable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next month personally because I want to colour some Halloween. I am really looking forward to the Halloween picture season. I'll definitely be getting my pop manga Cute and Creepy out by Camilla de Erico. Love that book, can't wait for her new book. I haven't actually pre-ordered it yet, but that's a me thing. I don't always like to pre-order books. Is that weird? Probably is. But yeah, I really wish I could like order it directly from her website though, but the shipping, it crushes my soul when I see the shipping price. Because obviously the book is the same price, but she would get more of the profits from it because it's directly bought from her. Whereas buying it from Amazon, and that obviously is going to cost her some of the profits because of selling it on Amazon and such things like that. So as much as I want to buy direct, yeah, I don't find it possible. So I really want to buy some of her art as well, but that's even more costly to get delivered because of, like, obviously she's got to package it, protect it, and then obviously it costs more to ship, and oh my gosh, all these other things. So I think I'm just going to leave these splodges as little splodges because I don't think I can possibly colour these little bits with different tones within. You understand? I think I don't know whether to go over it with white. This is really difficult to decide. Right, I will put a bit of the black in here. Because to me this doesn't look like hair, because it's just, I don't know. But yeah, are there any books you're looking forward to coming out? I know a lot of people are looking forward to the new Johanna Basford one. I'm looking forward to the Kirby Roseanne's one as well. But I think that one's next year. Is it next year, that one? But yes. Soon I will also be doing like a haul video of things that I've got over the past couple of months. Did I already mention this? I filmed this over like a week and a bit, so it's like, has it been 2 weeks? It might have been 2 weeks actually. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused of what I've actually already said. But yeah, it's stuff that I've bought, and yeah, the last thing arrived the other day. Luckily my mum and dad took it in for me because, like I said, I'm at my brother's looking after the cats, and that was a Japan book haul from Chill and Sarah, although I ordered it from Japan but they're Korean books. Yeah, I know it, but it's a place I trust to get the books from, because whenever I've ordered from them they've always arrived nicely and quite fast, because I first got the estimated delivery date of between October the 1st and the 15th, and they came literally a few days ago, which is like the middle of September, so it's like half a month early. Yeah, I don't know, I just think they give a long date to allow themselves any like miscalculations and problems that may occur, I guess. Sorry, I'm just looking at what my blues look like, because like I did for the purples a minute ago. Right. Yep. And yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go in. I should go for my darkest again, but I don't know if I want this. Yeah, I will. Just a little bit of the Zephyr blue. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think that might be correct. Just put a little bit of that in. But like I said, this sort of ends here. Do I need to zoom in a bit? I think I should. Right. Sorry about that. I completely forget sometimes that I can actually zoom in for you. Right. So yeah, it sort of ends here, the blue. So it's difficult. I suppose it doesn't matter if I go slightly out of what's there, but I want to stick to it because that's the whole point of doing this. But I've got to take my time, because I could very easily just get stuck into the mindset of colouring the whole hair. That bit over there's purple, but up here's blue. I really hope this looks okay when it's done. It may be the weirdest Alice in Wonderland one that I've ever coloured. Right, and now I'm going to go in with the Blue Heaven. This is my medium colour. Oh, it's so pretty. Almost went too far then. If you're thinking, since I started, well, this part where I said it's a new day, and you haven't heard any cats, so that's because I had just fed them before I came to video, because I thought I was going to start before, but then I thought when they're hungry, and they know what time it is when it's time for food. It's really strange. But yeah, they get noisy then, as you would imagine. So I fed them and then came upstairs to do this. So that's where that splat sort of ends. Like I said, I've got these splats over here, but I don't think I'm like able to do every single thing. So up here, that is actually still blue, isn't it? It's got purple specks in it. Because I did that pale blue, I shouldn't have, because it is very pale, it's hard to see. Right, I think that's all the blue over this side. So then I need the purple over this side, don't I? So a little bit of the space, this is space, yep. Whoa, I'm like butterfingers over here. So I just like bounced off one finger, onto another finger, onto my knee. It's like, oh dear. Right, and then the purple haze. And then I'll get the white on it. The bit in the middle there doesn't have any splat on from what I can see. I will add a little bit of purple into the bigger specks that I can see. Like this speck here, that can be done. But everything else is like a little dot. Right, so, ooh, black. I should probably put some black in the blue like I did the purple. Just to make it a bit more consistent. Don't want much though, because I don't, basically. Right. Bit in these areas. I think it looks okay. My paper is very sort of blue. I couldn't find the word for that then, so that sound happened. Yeah. But you know what I mean, because I put too much water on it. But I will flatten it out once I'm done. Because I did flatten it overnight after the paint had dried, but it needed longer. And probably a heavier book. Right. So, just going over this with the white. See, I still can't decide if I want the Posca pen over the hair. Part of me really wants to, but part of me thinks I will completely ruin it. Depends which side's going to win. I think I'm going to do it, you know. I think I'm going to white it out. I think I am. But do I white the whole of it out or just the parts which have the colour on? No, I think if I did any of it, I'd have to do all of it. Right, I'll wait till the end for that. It's very overthinking it, aren't I? So I just wait till the end, see what she looks like. There's no harm in waiting, but rushing into something you're not sure about doing is bound to mess up. Right, next I'm going to do the bow in her hair. And her bow in her hair, is it blue in the film or white? I can't remember. I really should have looked up a picture, shouldn't I? But either way, it's going to be blue and purple, but I didn't. I wanted to know sort of what shade it was. But hey ho, I'll just go with whatever I feel like. So I'm going to get that Zephyr. It's this pencil. I can't seem to keep a hold of it. It's probably broken in a million places now. So I'm going to do the inside of the bow, because this has blue paint on it. The only place that has purple on is this bit here and this middle, the tie bit and that bit. The rest is blue, although that only has that much on it. The rest of that is white, I believe, from what I can tell. Really difficult because I know how I normally shade a bow and I can't put some of this colour where I would want it, so I'll have to put the dark purple. Oh. Yeah, I suggest if you ever try this sort of splat, maybe go with one colour to start with, like you do with a tea bag. 2 colours is very much more difficult. Right, that purple space, where are you? There you are. Because I need a bit of that dark in there. Just sort of blend it with the blue. And the purple is on here, so right, and now for the blue heaven. I reckon though that once it's all coloured, having the random splotches will all make it look okay, because it will all have it. But at the minute, because you can only see parts of it, it just looks strange. It does look really strange to me. I wasn't supposed to do that because there was no paint on that bit. Oops. I think I can forgive myself though. The purple haze. Just doing that part. And then the white. Oh, black. I do need a very... Where's my black there? In the corners. I still don't know how I'm going to colour this backgroundy bit. But that will definitely be the last thing well, the last thing is whether I add the white Posca pen, but before that will be the background. I was hoping to get this done today, but I feel like it's going to take forever. Because I haven't even finished Alice yet. Once I get onto the things in the back, it will just be a case of adding the colours where they are, because the only thing I'm probably going to spend time on is like these liquid bits, because I'd want to make it look a bit glossy maybe. And it's like these black, the frilly bits on the bow, they'll be white Posca for sure. I don't know what I'm doing with these hearts yet. I may have to put some stickles on it. I'm hoping I brought my purple one with me. Well, it's not actually called purple, but it looks purple. Sorry about that, I just kicked the bin. I'm a bit clumsy today. So next up, I'm going to do this bow as well, the bow on her back. And then I'll do her dress. So in with the space again, because this is purple. There is a slight bit of blue there, but the rest is purple. And this time I'm not going to use the purple haze, I'm going to use, where was it? Bruise? Yeah, Bruise, the pinky purple, because, or should I use the pinky purple on the dress? No, I do it on the bow. I don't want this to look like it's the same colour as the hair. I want it to be slightly different. There's a bit down here, splodge, a bit on here, that's big enough to colour. Now I need the blue, Zephyr blue. And then the blue. Should I use the other blue as well, because I used the other purple? There's only a bit of it anyway. Pleasant blue. So I need to blend this a bit. And then there is a bit of blue in here that is big enough to colour. Right, and then black. You're probably bored of me saying these colour names, but it's just in case by some miraculous thing that somebody might be wanting to colour it along. Doubtful, but hey ho. Plus, if you did your splat, it probably wouldn't end up the same splat as me, so putting these colours in these places and me saying it probably isn't very helpful. But knowing that I'm using the dark bit in this area might be helpful. I don't know. I really need to move the bin. Right, white. Smush all, oops, sorry about that. Let me make sure I'm still lined up. And you couldn't see some of it because I'm zoomed in. And I can't zoom in down that area because this setup is very limited to how I can position my phone. So please feel free to zoom in yourself. But yeah, you couldn't see when I was saying, oh, and this splodge down here, and I do apologise. Because I have to stand up to see the camera, I sometimes forget to check. So all I can do is say, I'm sorry. Right. And that is that bow done. This is going to look very strange. But I'm liking it. I am liking it. I do think it looks weird, but I'm liking it. Wow, that was cold. Sorry, I just had some of my drink and it has ice in it. And wow. So next will be the dress. There are parts of this dress which I want to be technically classed as white. So I'll only be using my pale colours, which include like the petticoat frills and her sleeves. I want to be white, I think. She's got like a collar on, which I'm confused about, because her dress is blue and white, I think. But obviously it's blue, purple and white now. But yeah, I'm gonna just make it up as I go along anyway, so I don't know why I'm contemplating all these different choices. Yeah, I'm like, because it's got the frilly bits on top of the sleeve, do I want the frilly bits on top to be the white part, or the sleeve the white part? And now that I'm looking at it, is that like an apron? Because that would be white. I think that's like an apron with a frill on it. Maybe I do that first. Yeah, go on. I'll do that first because I feel like I can colour that bit. So I'm going to take out, for my purple part, the grey slate, and for my blue part, the pleasant blue. Because I want this to look white, I don't want any other tones of these colours in these areas. It'll just be these colours and the white probably. So I'm going to start with the purple parts because I feel like they might be easier. So just adding it in. There isn't much of this down here. And what I think I'll do is I will leave these bits as is because I want to use the white Posca over the black lines on these areas. And I'm also going to colour in these frilly bits. Well, I say colour in, they're not going to have much done to them. And again, these black lines will be going. I think I will be using a lot of white Posca on this page. More than I originally anticipated, but I think it will help in making this actually look how I want it. Right, so there are the purple bits. Just put a bit of this up here. Done. Now I need to do the blue bits. So I've got my pleasant blue, and this bit around her waist would also be the apron because it's connected to the bow. I did not think about that. That's probably supposed to be white as well. Too late for that. So I am actually going to use the same colour blue as I did in the bow to make this band bit the same. So the blue heaven. And I will put a bit of that as the Fear blue in it as well. That is a really pretty blue on its own. And then now I will use the Pleasant Blue on the actual apron part. All of this apron that's left has the blue on it. I'm hoping when I add the white it will bring the colours together a bit. And then on the frilly part, at least I chose blue and purple, which can go together. Right, now the white, because I don't want any black. And it doesn't matter if I go over these bits, because like I said, I'll be Poscering it out anyway. So I'm just making it easy for myself. It'll look better, I think, once I've done the rest of the dress. Hopefully. Because then you'll see that this is lighter than the dress. I might do the dress quite dark, like that space, a lot of that space colour, just so I get that contrast of the light and the dark. It may not work that way, but I can try. Is this supposed to be attached to this? Because that's the same. I'm gonna do it like that. Maybe they are then, but that's a little strange to me. I don't even know if the camera's picking up any of this or if it just looks like a pale blurry mess. Do you think I should add the white Posca for this now? So you can see what I mean? We'll do the rest of the dress first. Decisions, decisions. That just reminded me, for some reason, of Twilight. Isn't it Dakota Fanning's character that says that somewhere along the line? Decisions, decisions. That's on, is it Eclipse? When they have the army of newborns. I can't remember. Anyway, that's off topic. I do keep procrastinating. Right. Yeah, I'm going to colour the rest of the dress first, because then I can Posca that and then let it dry a bit, because by then I might need a little break. So first I have a dark, well, a blue bit. Zephyr blue, there we are. Sorry, it's because when I'm looking at these two pencils, the dark purple and dark blue, I have to take a double look because they're quite similar. So here is dark blue because that bit's blue, then that bit's purple, so we've got space. Do I want to make it all dark? I know I'm going over with the white, so it's going to pale it up a bit, but I think I will add in the purple haze. Yeah, just a bit. You probably can't even tell much. Right, and then over here I need my space again. I need my space. That's true though. I am definitely a person that has to have my alone time. Hence probably why I like colouring. It's something you can do on your own. Have fun, relax, unwind, and just be content. Yes, you get moments where like you don't know what you're doing and you feel like you're gonna ruin it or something like that. But at the end of the day, that's a positive panic to me, not a concerning panic. Don't know if that makes sense to you, but it sure makes sense to me. It's sort of like, it's not real world panic. It's not something that's going to change your life forever or anything like that. Right, I need to do the inside of her dress as well. So a bit of, that is her dress, isn't it? Yes. It's just because that hoop's round there and then it must sort of wee. But only there because then it starts to splatter off, which is difficult again. Right, no more purple here, but we do have blue there. So I'll get the Zephyr blue. Is that very light blue that I added, so it's hard to see. You have little specks of purple in there that are not colourable in my opinion, but that will do. And then you've got some specks over here. Right, I went down here, almost forgot. Oh, I done that yesterday on a page that I'm colouring. I'm colouring another PDF at the same time as this one, and I got like halfway through and then I'm like, what is that? Oh my god, that's hair. It, like, the hair was the first thing I was even like colouring. Well, not the first thing, but you know, it was near the beginning. So, and then you find out that you missed a bit. Right, black. It's supposed to be really rainy tomorrow and all next week, so I'm not looking forward to that. I've got used to these sort of sunny days. Well, they haven't been sunny, but they have. That makes no sense, right? Like, they start off like foggy, but by the afternoon it's like hot. Well, hot for this time of the year anyway. And I've sort of got used to that, so now it's going to change to rain, rain, rain. And I'm not ready for that. Is anybody ready for that? No. I don't mind a bit of rain, but it seems to be heavy when it's actually raining. I don't like heavy rain. I missed a bit down here. Right, so now I'm going to take my white. That isn't as pretty when you only have the dark colours and the white. But never mind. I need for my parts of the dress to look like different parts of the dress. Maybe I shouldn't have added the black. I think I'll go back over the areas with the blue and the purple, because yeah, the black has dulled it down. Like, yeah, not what I was going for. Like this bit that doesn't have the black on, that's fine. Right, but I'm going to use the middle colours instead of the darkest, so purple haze over the purple. That's better, in my opinion. Purple bit over here. It is difficult though. I think I've used the word difficult too many times as well. Right, and then the middle blue would be the Blue Heaven, which I never even used on it, did I? That does look better though. Maybe. I didn't even do that purple bit in there. See, missing bits left, right and centre. I'll have to do the same way. White. That can stay like that. I don't like it when it goes from this to this. But I had to because the blue was there and the white, the purple was there. That bit just looks awkward. But maybe once the Posca pen's in for that, that'll be okay. But yeah, it's looking strange. But like I said before, at least Alice in Wonderland is kind of strange anyway, so having the illustration a bit wackadoodle doesn't matter. Alright, so next the petticoat. So I need those lightest colours again. What were they? They were the pleasant blue and the grey slate. So this is a blue area, although it is a bit patchy in some places. That bit's got blue on, but that bit doesn't. This bit is all blue. That bit's blue. That bit's got a bit of blue there. That is sort of blue and purple mixed together, I think, so I'll put a bit of both on that bit. And the rest is purple, so, oh actually I think there's a little bit of the light blue in here. I think there's blue on here actually. Just going to put a bit of that in. Look like there. Let me just do that a minute. Right, so now I've got the grey slate. That bit doesn't have anything on. Just looking around. Where was that bit that had blue and purple on? Did I already do it? No, it was that bit, wasn't it? think there's a tiny bit of purple in there, a little bit there, a little bit there. I think I've got it all. So now the white needs sharpening. I do think the Posca pen's going to bring her dress to life, because at the moment it just looks like a really, really bad blur, and I know it. So I'm trusting my process at this point. So please bear with me, or skip this part and see how it goes, because I won't want you doing this to yours and then not liking the effect it gives. So yeah, I just talk as if somebody out there is following along. If anybody does follow along, it would be nice to know. And I almost forgot this one. I'm going to go over the black leg lines as well. I think they look a bit too dark. Right. I'm just going to white out her shoes as well. What colour are her shoes? I don't think I've ever noticed. Probably blue. Anyway, right, I was about to stop and do all the Posca then, but I haven't done the top of her dress. I want to get her done before I move on. That bit really is bugging me. Like it just... because there's nowhere to blend it out. In my mind I just keep saying trust the process, trust the process. Right, so I think I need to sharpen my pencils a minute, because they're all a bit... One's okay, okay. Put that one. Right, that will do. So the upper bit, this bit would be the same as down here, and I should have done that before. So space, I have a little bit of purple right here. That will just purple that in. And again, sleeves. Do I do the top bit? I think that I'll do the... Yes. I think I'll do the underneath bit, the actual bit that's got the sleeve on, as the same colour as the body bit, because that seems connected, whereas I could do that as a lighter frill. Then this bit I could do darker, and so on. I'll figure it out. So I will do this as the darker part. Right. It does have a little flex that I don't want to lose. And that bit there, but it's mostly blue on these bits. So I need my Zephyr blue. How many times have I said that? this bit is underneath that cap sleeve type. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. It's a bit strange. And that bit doesn't have any paint on it, I don't think. I can't tell. And then I said I'd do this bit as darker, but maybe oh, I don't know. Maybe I should do like 3 different blues on this. I'll do this bit first and then see what it looks like. Right, now where's my middle blue heaven? Yeah, I really didn't pick the best blues to go together. Like I said, I don't think that bit has any paint on it, so I'm not going to do that bit. And then I am going to add a bit of the pleasant blue in this bit because it looks weird. Now black. I've just got tables all over the place. Oh my gosh, pencils all over the place. Pencils all over the table is what I think I wanted to say. But my gosh. Not only are my hands clumsy, but so is my mouth. Right, and then I'm going to go in with the white. I swear this white is like the MVP of this page. Like I couldn't have done any of it without it. Look, that hideous colour blend there now looks acceptable to me. Alright, now for I'll do those lighter sleeve bits now. Grey slate. Again, there's not much purple on this. There's a bit of purple there. It's mostly blue. So I need my, where is it, pleasant blue. I keep thinking the pleasant blue is the blue heaven and the blue heaven is the pleasant blue. That is not the case, obviously. And then the white, because these are really simple when you've only got to use the 2 colours. So my thinking was that this bit is light, so having the bit next to it dark would make sense, but I'm thinking of having to go for a middle colour, so the blue heaven. and then adding my Zephyr Blue. Instead of adding the Zephyr Blue as the main colour, I use it more only in the shadows. Maybe it will make it look a bit different. Now this heart here, I want it to be dark. I just do. And this collar is going to be light. So I'm going to put some of that pleasant blue on that. I think I did just put the other blue on it, but hey ho. Right, a little bit of black on this bit. And the white. And we'll see what it looks like. Again, this clothing, or this whole page, is going to have a lot of white Posca pen used. I'm hoping my white Posca pen lasts because I only bought one with me. But I had only just recently started it, so it should be fine. While I'm here, I'm just going to go over these skin lines like I did with the legs. Actually, I'll wait to do the bottle to do that one. But yeah, I feel like these black lines are a bit too black. There we go. You can still tell they're black lines, but not as bad. And I should not have done that. I feel that just ruined the hair bit, didn't it? So where's the space? We'll just go over that, fix it. I know this seems a bit weird, but I'm going back over it with the white. Just to blend what I've just done out a bit. And there it, just noticed it over here as well. There we go, fixed. So now I'm going to go away and do all my white Posca detail, literally over all of the frills and the detailing on the apron and these sleeve bits, and yeah, I will be back after I've done that. I have a confession to make. I fell down the rabbit hole whilst holding the Posca pen, and yeah, but I actually like this better than how it was before, so I went over what I'd said I was going to. I also did the bow up here, then I moved on to her hair, and I didn't think the rest of the dress outline looked right being black still, so I've also gone over that with the white Posca pen. So yeah, that did take a while. In places I did go back over with the purple to make it the Posca pen not so white, and the blue again for the same reason. I'm thinking of going over the lines of the dress, but I wanted to make sure that was dry enough first. And yeah, so she is looking a little bit ghostly, if I'm honest. You know, like you can see right through her, which I don't mind at all, because again, this is Alice in Wonderland, so a bit woohoo is fine. They literally have a Mad Hatter's tea party. She literally gets smaller and bigger, and yeah, the characters are in like wacky town. So yeah, is Alice in Wonderland supposed to be like in her imagination? Like, I don't think I've ever actually looked up what the story is based on, but yeah, it's to think it's like aimed at children is, and children enjoy it. But yeah, I never really got into Alice in Wonderland. I like the artwork and I do like things about it, but I don't actually know enough to comment on it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to take a break now because it's getting late. But I just heard an ice cream van a minute ago and I was like, what? Like 8 o'clock at night? What? So yeah, bit strange timing and a bit of a strange day since it's been raining and stuff. But you know, summer's coming to an end, so maybe they're getting in a couple of rounds while they can. What do ice cream vans do in the winter? Do they just have to like sit in storage? Yeah, anyway, randomness over, see you in a bit. So I just had a break, had to charge my phone, play with the cats, and oh my gosh, they have like this this ball, but it's got like spikes on, and when you throw it, it bounces. And there was cats jumping over sofas and everything. Oh my gosh, I'm like so hyper, but you have to let them get their energy out. So yeah, that's done. They might still have some energy left in them, but they did seem pretty chilled out when I left them, so I might have a bit of time before they come and start demanding attention again, but we'll see. And I do have the purple sparkles with me, the mermaid tail, so after I finish colouring this, that will be going on these hearts. Oh, it's even made me out of breath because when I throw it I have to then go and collect it, and yeah. But yeah, that was fun. Right, I'm going to start with this teapot because it's only on the lid, and I'm guessing tea makes sense, wouldn't it? So I've got my space and I'm just going to colour this as I would colour a lid. I don't actually find myself colouring many objects. I could colour more objects because I do have books with objects in. Like I think I've mentioned it before, but I started a page in Joanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder, and all I've coloured is a curtain. Yeah, all I've coloured is a curtain. So I just have the one whip in that book, and it is a curtain. It's the origami room, and I've literally coloured the curtain in the window. So not done much. I do think there's a bit of purple actually on this handle right here. So I'm just going to do that. That's about it. It seriously isn't much on here. See, this is where I'm contemplating whether or not I'm going over all of the black lines, because I like the effect. Or do I just go over all the black lines with the white pencil first to see what they look like? Because I quite like the skin with the black lines, but I might change my mind. Like I said, I fell down the rabbit hole when I picked up and started using that white Posca. It's like, I am so glad I did it on the hair though. That looks a whole lot better in my opinion than what it was at. But yeah. Right, actually first, before I dive into that, I need to do the tea. It's got all the blue over it. It has a bit of purple there, so I'm just being mindful of that. And then we've got a droplet here. There's a bit of purple in there. I definitely have to use the Posca on that. And apparently I'm doing it right now because here I am. So I'm going to have to wait for that to dry. I can try and manoeuvre around it, I guess. But now that looks like the same colour as the skirt. I will get a bit of the darker colour because liquid does have bits, doesn't it? So the space in here. Oh, I just caught the white Posca completely. Forgot I just put white Posca there, like, really? I'm going to add some white inside. Because you would, wouldn't you? You'd have darks and lights. Fix that bit I just ruined. It's like I want to go around that teapot so badly with this white Posca pen, but if I do that, I've got to do it for everything. But I will do it on the detailing first. And then I will go over the rest with my white pencil. And then I will see what it's looking like. And I will go from there. I think I'm going to have to go over it with the Posca, because if I'm honest, it's too black compared to the rest of the picture, isn't it? Let me just go over all of it so I can make my mind up properly. That is so difficult. I may have to wait until I've done it all. Like, there isn't anything on this, but I'm going to, like I said, I didn't make it fit to the page quite properly, so that bit at the bottom did cut off. Right, so there is a bit of blue on here, which I'm just going to do. There's only a bit though. I'll just make it look weird, and there's this bit on here. Any more? There's a slight bit here, but not much. That's it on there. Wow. Oh no, that's a purple. I need Zephyr blue. Just add a bit of shade into my areas. And we're going to white it all out. But it's like these bits that don't have anything, they're gonna look really odd if I just white Posca them out, because there isn't anything behind them. It needs a bit more blending there. But I do need to go around the liquid at least. See what I mean? It's going to make it disappear. Because I've done the white detailing on that bit, do I need to do it on this bit as well? again, this is how the rabbit hole situation started with the rest of the image, so you know, just bear with me. At least if I do it on the detailing, it will help me see how it ends up. But I am glad I don't have to colour all these little details in. Because knowing me, if it was like colouring it, I would want to actually colour these as leaves and flowers, and oh my gosh, that would take me forever. Because I would procrastinate so much. Like whether to make them look realistic or because they're on a teapot. Do I do them like in gold, like as it's like a detailing thing, or yeah. But at least I don't have to think about that. See, I don't like it. It is just going to make it look like it disappeared, isn't it? But I take you on this journey so you don't make it a mistake on yours. But now I've got to do it for the whole thing because I started. I'm only trying to go over it lightly, so hoping it doesn't cover the whole thing. I guess that doesn't look bad, but I don't even know if you're going to be able to see the teapot anymore. Like if I had even had the teapot on the full screen in the first place. Maybe that helps. I'm so sorry. Is this even in properly? Yes. Let me try and move it down a bit. Right, what I'll have to do, but yeah, everything that's not in colour is going to disappear. Like this heart, that kind of needs to disappear in my opinion, because I made the mistake when printing. I mean, I can see it in person where all these splatters are, but they're not showing up as well on the camera. Right, and the teacup, sorry, I may as well go over that while I'm here. But that really is going to disappear because that doesn't have much going on either. Right, I'm gonna go over the black on the inside detailing as well. Maybe so you can still see a bit of the black outline. Got little dots on it as well. I'm just hoping this is going to be worth it. And I'm sorry if you're screaming at me now, you're ruining it or something. So I know this won't be everybody's cup of tea. You get it? Sorry. It's similar to that sort of thing that was going around where people would do watercolour backgrounds and then just use a like white over the lines. So it's slightly similar to that, except I don't have it in all of the background. I haven't actually tried that yet, but this is probably as close as I'm going to get anytime soon. Oh gosh, so many little lines. That really is invisible. And the Cheshire Cat cup, that doesn't have much on it either. I took a step back and it didn't look that bad. Like I can still see the lines because I didn't go over them like completely. But yeah, one thing, I don't think I'm going to be able to take a photo of it for Instagram. It might be difficult. And I'm still sat here contemplating whether going over the leg lines and that. We will see. So next is a Cheshire Cat cup, which isn't going to take much because there's literally a purple bit here in the eye, little purple specks here, and that's it. That's got a slight blue line there, but unnecessary. So yeah, I don't know how to do the white lining on this though, because I don't want to go over the inside of the mouth. So I'm going to start with the white polychromo, and I think that's how much white will be over the mouth. I was like, what was that? But one of the cats has just jumped in the window. Probably bird watching. They love that. They like it when they spot flies as well. Although I did see one of them get eaten. So yeah, got to get that protein. Sorry. I really want to finish this today. So white Posca the outside of the cup. I do have to go from this angle just for a moment. So sorry for the shadow. It's just easier for me. I'm just going to go over these shoes as well. I didn't even think of doing that earlier. So again, it's like I didn't know when to put the Posca pen down, and I oh no, that's because it was her leg. I thought I completely missed some of the dress. Continuing over that. Tail handle. I swear this cup exists. Maybe not in this shape, but I swear that I've seen it for sale like in a Disney store or something before. Probably wrong, but I know they do sell great shape cups or mugs. I'm not following these lines exactly because be too much. I don't mind if you can see them a bit. Do I go over the See this face bit that's gonna put me off, because I feel like it needs to go, but I still want it to be recognised as a Cheshire Cat cup. So try not to go over all of the line, just most of it. Is this going to end up looking a bit creepy? Maybe. But now what do I do about this? I have to try and make it still look like teeth without keeping too much. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Do the shoe. Luckily behind this cup there is some colour, so I will be adding some colour, so you might be able to see the outline of that cup better, but for now we're on the invisibility trail. Just going over the lines on the sole of the shoe. Again, there is colour behind that. So why did I start at the bottom and not the top? I tell you what, I'm a little bit addicted to this fresh fruit juice I got from Marks and Spencer's. It's red grape, cranberry and blackcurrant flavour, and yeah, I tried it first a few days ago and I'm already on my second carton of it. Like, yeah, it has a very me taste. It's a taste that I like. It's like perfect. Now I'm looking at those legs and I'm like, that needs to be white Posca. I can shade over it if it looks awful, because it's the only thing that wasn't, you know. That does look better, doesn't it? It does actually look better. Okay, now I'm looking at those arms. I'll do this arm, but I will wait for the other arm for that bottle to be coloured, which I suppose I can colour that next. Well, the hands don't have much colour on, so I'm going to try not to go over it too badly. I mean too well. Actually, where having too much paint there would be the problem. Right, and I am going to go over these heart lines, because just to neaten them up for when I put the stickles on. This is definitely not how I normally colour a page. I'm just going to put it that way. And this poor butterfly at the top's going to disappear as well, because that's practically got no colour on it. And no colour behind it. The poor thing. Right, so I'm going to do that bottle now. Right, so I can actually reposition this so it's zoomed in a bit more. How about that? Just make it sure I can fit what I have left in, then I won't have to move it again. Right, so this bottle, basically need my purples. I'm going to find space and first do the bottle. I don't want it to clash with her skin, hence why I'm going in dark, and then this. That does have some white space in it, so just got to be careful there. And that droplet actually is blue. So I'm going to look for the Zephyr blue. Just add a little bit of that in. And now the white Posca pen comes out again. And I can go over the hand and arm. Did that badly, didn't I? Bottle, his fingers. Yeah, as much as I would want to share this on Instagram, I don't think I'm going to be able to. It's like I've done another page that I really like, but on when I try to take a photo of it, it makes the cat in it look like it's all scratchy, and I'm like, why is it making it look scratchy? That's not what it looks like. Sure, the fur's not perfect because I'm still working on that, but it does not look like that. And I was like, I don't want it to look like something it's not. So I decided not to post that one. But it will be shown in finished pages, so there is that. So that's the bottle done. Whew. This is a lot of purple left now, isn't it? Because I had my blue section sort of run through the middle and the bottom, and then at the top was like first purple splash down. So I think I'm gonna go, that needs to dry a minute, but it's warm, so it shouldn't take long to dry. It's probably dry already, but I'll leave it like 10 more seconds. So over here we have a teacup, and then this is a scarf from the hat. So maybe I do the teacup first, but that's like an empty teacup, else it'd be spilling out. Where does this like rocking horse come into Alice in Wonderland? I don't remember that. I remember the hat, the pocket watch, doorknob, teacups and everything. Obviously you can have a butterfly. I don't remember anything specific about a butterfly, but there might be. But that, I can't think of it anywhere. Yeah, so let me know if what it has to do with Alice in Wonderland. Right, I think I'm ready. Empty cup needs, I may as well put my blues to the side a minute. Basically, should I just go in with all my dark colours on all of this for now? Makes sense, wouldn't it? So for the teacup it would have a shadow and then lighter, as you can see the top of the cup. And that is where that ends. There's a bit down there, a bit on the handle there. Right, I'll do this teacup. I don't know what purple to use in the background. Did I want the dark one in the background? I might use that pinky purple in the background actually, because I haven't really used that anywhere. So it might give the background a different look, which I think I need. Now I am not going to be able to make this shiny, I'm just telling you that now. I can try add a bit, but it's not gonna, without looking up what it looks like, I'm not going to be able to do it. Because I'm using the dark purple on the hat, I'm not going to use that on the scarf. And oh my god, I've just thought I need to do the white Posca over all this detailing. Oh my gosh. Why is this hat so detailed? And then I have bits on here. There isn't any on the upper part of the hat. Oh, there is a bit here. A bit slightly there. But that's it for the hat. Should I do this heart? Obviously the hearts are for the Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts is the one in Alice in Wonderland, right? Yeah. And then the horse, I have no idea about. Don't know why I just coloured that in, because that's going to be whited out. And then a bit of that on here. Right, now I'm going to get my other purple, the Purple Haze. Oh, I need a bit of that in here, don't I? A little bit darker parts. Just sort of blob it around a bit. I don't really know what I'm doing. So Purple Haze. Put a bit of that in there. And then the scarf. This is what I'm going to use on the scarf. Shame I can't add the shadow on that part. We'll go over this bit. Yes. Alright, and now I'm going to get the white. So it's going to be a lot of white. You don't need to do much, but it's still time consuming, isn't it? Do you want to see this part? Obviously, if not, skip to the end and it'll be done. It's literally just going white polychromate over everything, then white Posca over all the black lines. That was supposed to be a tea splash. I will be changing that right this second. I can bring it back to life with the white Posca. I've just got to remember that it's there. All of that's going to be hard to see at the end. This is where I've got a bit of paper warping, so just got to put my fingers to hold it down flat so it doesn't keep bobbing up and down as I'm colouring it. I'll have to be careful with the Posca pen in that bit as well. I do realise I haven't finished going over the hat yet, but whilst I've got my hands pressing down the paper, I will do this area as well. It just makes sense to me. Oh my gosh, this white pencil is going to be reduced to nothing after this page. When I do the Posca, I will pause the video. I think it's enough that I'm making you sit through watching this, let alone the Posca pen. Oh, and this teacup. Gosh, how can I forget this one? It's literally right there. It really does blur the whole thing out, doesn't it? It's great. Right, so now I'll pause it and I will see you back in a moment. Okay, well, I felt so bad for that butterfly. It literally was non-existent, so I did put a splash of purple within it. Yeah, that was just me feeling sorry for it. I couldn't not have any colour in it at all. I know some other things don't have much, but they've got a little bit. So now it's just the background. And yeah, that did take forever, the hat. But where it had lots of cross hatching, so I didn't follow it, I just did my own cross hatching, and yeah, I think it looks okay like that. So I'm going to get that bruise colour, and I'm going to start just adding it in the background. Don't know whether I want it all to be, I think I do. I think I just want to do a solid-ish colour. Maybe have a bit of it showing, but I need to make it so I can tell what's what. Oh, and I did go around the shape of her face with a white Posca. I don't think you were here for that, so well, that does start to go into blue there, so I should do that in a minute. But yeah, this is definitely making it stand out a bit more as being different. But it's still the purple, so I'm still doing my challenge. There's a bit over here that's purple. I do think that this purple bruise colour is going to blend better into the blue, which is the pleasant blue that I'm going to be using. Maybe not. I am going over this with a white, by the way, like everything else. Okay, where's he put? Does that only have one leg visible? Or have I just coloured over it? Who knows? No, I don't see one. There's a bit of purple in there. And there is blue up here. There is also purple over here. Do these bits as well, but it's not completely necessary. Right, then I've got some purple. I'm going to zoom out a minute because you can't see the bottom. So the purple I've got down here. I did go over, oh no, oh that was part of the skirt, wasn't it? Never mind, that's part of the skirt. Let's get a bit in these bigger bits. And now my blue. blue here. But that's about it. I'm not going over all the the lines, the thin splatter lines. That would be a task and a half. I think I'm already doing a lot. So now I'm going to go over it all with white. Fun. And then that, oh, except for the stickles, then it will be done. That was the skirt again. Why do I keep wanting to go over that bit? This chair is not very comfortable for long periods of time, I can tell you that. I would definitely be glad to sit on something comfy, because this is my niece's desk, which is with a stool type chair, so it's got no back and it's just got a round seat, which isn't great. But this is the only place I have that I can set this up in my brother's house, because you'd think, oh, dining table downstairs or something. That is a leg. I have coloured over it. I can just see the outline. Oh well, it's blue anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, no, their dining room table is chunky, so I can't actually fit the arm of whatchamacallit, like a tripod, but you attach it to a desk. Yeah, it doesn't go wide enough for their table. Like, it is really chunky. Plus I know if I do it downstairs, the cats would be all over it. Like, I think up here, I don't know, they're a bit more chill about me colouring. Because I did try colouring downstairs a couple of times. Not filming, but yeah, they try and play with the pencils, which when I have expensive pencils, you don't really want them trying to chew them or anything. And then yeah, they try and walk over the book. I mean, they've tried walking over the book on this desk before, but not any. I think they've sort of learned now what I'm doing, so they don't really try to anymore, which is nice. It's like they've had their curious moment and they figured out it's nothing I can play with, so they don't bother. So as long as I play with them, with their toys, then they're all good boys. Well, they're both good boys. I made it sound like there was loads of cats then. There's two. Yeah, and they've been so cute as well. Especially after you feed them. Like, they're your new best friend. And in the morning, one of them literally snuggles up right next to me. And it's so cute. And it just looks at you with its, like, eyes trying to hypnotize you. It works. Because the time in the morning that I get up to feed these cats isn't reasonable. Like, obviously when I go to work I have to leave early anyway, so it's okay, but weekends. But it's their schedule, and like I said before, they know what time it is. They know. Don't tell me a cat does not know time, because they do. It's called a stomach clock. Do I do this bit up here? Just go in that butterfly. I think I've got it all. Yeah. how's that looking on there? See, it looks very much like washed out, doesn't it? But in person, I think it looks better. This is why I said I don't think I'm going to be able to put it on Instagram. Right, so I'm going to just take the mermaid tail stickles and put it on these hearts. Because this is like a combination of blue and purple. So I think it goes well with this page. Now, if this was a colouring book, I wouldn't be laying it on this thick. But it's a PDF, so I can do what I want. Yeah, I think that's the only place I want stickles. Does it look like? Just like blobbity blobs. Blobbity blobs. Okay, so that is the page finished. I'm not gonna wait for that to dry because I'll leave it here overnight. Yeah, I just shut the door so the cats can't jump on it in this room, basically. That's what I did last time when I was waiting for Posca pen to dry. And as long as you're not in here, then having the door shut to this room, they're not interested. It's not one of their like hangout spots. But yeah, I do like this, and it was definitely a different like experiment to do. Don't think I'll be doing it again anytime soon. Let me try turning the light down a touch, or maybe put it on the blue light. No, yellow light. Oh, that looks pink. Normal light, back to normal. Put the light down a few notches. That's really dark. Back to decent. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't do what I did if you don't want to white everything out. I don't blame you. It probably would have looked okay with all black lines, but like I said, I fell down the rabbit hole. And not every page is going to turn out perfect. But like I said, I actually like this in person. Looking at it on camera, don't really like it. Looking at it in person, it's okay. It's not going to make my top 10 of the year, I'd put it that way. But yes, I am glad to have it done. You'll notice the only part I didn't white out was her facial features, because I did not think that was a good idea. But yes, so this was a page by Mystic Heart Mirrors from the, what book was it? A PDF book. Fairytale Princesses. Why did I read it from the bottom? And I already started putting in the date in the wrong place. But yeah, I do like the sparkles. They'll be nice when they're dry. So yeah, I will see you next time, which I don't know what the next video will be yet, but hope you look forward to it. Happy colouring. See you next time. Bye.